After working with hundreds of therapists over the years, I've started noticing a very predictable pattern. Most clinicians begin their careers in community mental health because they genuinely want to serve people who need the care the most. But a few years later, many of those same therapists end up leaving. Not because they stopped caring, but because the system makes staying almost impossible. So, in the next couple of minutes, I want to explain why this keeps happening and the alternative model that most therapists never hear about. If we haven't met yet, my name is Dr. Lauren Lawson, and I help therapists build legally compliant nonprofit practices so they can serve underserved communities without burning out or without sacrificing financial sustainability. And in these videos, I try to help therapists see the system they're operating inside. Here's the pattern I keep seeing. Therapists start in community mental health. They carry huge caseloads, documentation never ends, resources are limited, and over time the workload becomes more unsustainable. So many clinicians eventually leave and open private practices. But when that happens, something unfortunate occurs. They often lose the ability to serve the communities that originally inspired them to become therapists. And the reason this keeps happening isn't because therapists aren't resilient enough. It's because the system was never designed to make accessible care financially sustainable for clinicians. So therapists feel like they're forced into a choice: stay and burn out, or leave and survive. But there's actually another option that very few therapists are taught about: a therapist-led nonprofit group practice. When structured correctly, a nonprofit organization can access funding streams that private practices cannot, which means therapists can build organizations that serve underserved communities while still creating financial sustainability. Instead of one clinician carrying the entire burden, you build an organization that distributes the work and expands access to care. If you're hearing this model for the first time and you're curious about what it actually looks like, I put together a simple guide explaining how a therapist-led nonprofit practice actually works. Just comment blueprint below and I'll send it to you. Because for many therapists, the biggest shift isn't learning the details, it's simply realizing there is a third path.